Welcome to Honest Questions, where we hope to get honest answers. Visit our website at www.honestquestions.co.uk.
Hello, welcome to Honest Questions. Today we're talking about some touchy subjects, including depression, universal credit, and how it's affecting people's lives today. The person who we're speaking to I've known for a number of years, since she was little. So, let's get started. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Hello, I'm Mrs. X.
Don't be nervous. Take your time and we'll get through it.
Yeah.
Today we'll be talking about universal credit and how it's affecting people's lives in the UK today. Here's my co-host, Steve.
Hello.
We're going to get started, but we just want to ask you some easy questions to start with.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So, I'm a single mum with 2 children. I've suffered from depression for 11 years.
And how, when you say depression, you've been under the doctor for 11 years for depression?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been getting antidepressants?
Yeah, I
from the
get
doctors?
antidepressants. They're called citalopram.
Yeah.
But you're not allowed to be on them for a long time because they're just meant to replace a hormone in your brain that sort of gets you up and gets you going again.
Yeah, like a kickstart.
Yeah, like a kickstart.
Now, depression's quite a broad term, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
do you know what kind of symptoms do you suffer from? You know.
I have my low days, but I have my good days as well. Since I had my children, they've been like my little sidekicks, so they get me up and get me going. It gets really hard, like a week before my dad's anniversary, because that's kind of what set it off when my dad committed suicide.
Your dad committed suicide.
Yeah.
Is this what started the depression off?
I'd say that's like the borderline where it all started. And from a young age, I lived like on my own. I had my own house when I was 16, so that's when I started receiving employment and support allowance.
So it's been quite tough for you then.
Yeah, and now I'm 26, so I've been on it for 10 years. Employment and support allowance, and then to suddenly just be kicked off of it.
So the kicking, let me get this clear, the kicking you off what benefit are you on?
Employment and support
Employment
allowance.
and support, and they're putting you on universal credit. I
Yeah.
believe they're doing that to everybody.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
They're like putting all benefits into that one, so even people who get employment and support allowance will still be receiving universal credits, which you only get paid monthly.
So how did they go about kicking you off this? What can you just explain the process?
I had a medical, because I had to go for a medical like once a year. I failed my medical. They said that I was fit to work, and then I got a phone call about 4 weeks after I'd done the medical, and they told me that I wouldn't be receiving no more benefits, including my child tax credits.
And was this a medical by your doctor or by the...
By DWP.
By DWP.
So,
and what does your doctor feel about this?
I've not been to see him, to be honest, but they send a medical record to the DWP before you go there anyway.
Right.
So they'll have sent records of you taking these antidepressants.
Yeah,
and
and I also suffer with a bad back, so I take tablets called naproxen, like really strong painkillers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that'll have all been on my medical records that DWP received.
Did they give you an excuse for why you was fit for
Or a
it,
reason.
or reason, for example?
You're supposed to get 15 points. I don't know how many out of, but I got 0.
0, so that means you were perfectly fit, even though you
Apparently,
were on
yeah.
these medications.
Yeah, apparently.
So do these medications, are there any side effects? Does it make you feel drowsy? Or?
Naproxen makes you feel drowsy, and they were giving me another one called amitriptyline that can make you really, really, really sleepy. And you're not supposed to use like big machinery.
So it tells you on the medical slips inside that you're not supposed to drive, or...
Not drive. Well, yeah, it says if you feel drowsy, don't drive and stuff.
okay.
But when I take amitriptyline, I could sleep for 2 days.
Ah, that's interesting.
So-
And they say you can work through that.
Apparently, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
So how has this affected you since you've been...
Well, with having 2 children, I normally get child tax and child benefits, which isn't a lot of money. I get £117 every Friday for child tax, and then I get £34 child benefits.
And what's that for? Is that for just your food, or is
That's
that
for the
your rent?
children.
Oh, for the children, huh?
And they've stopped the child tax, which is the £117, and I'll still receive the £34, but that's all I'll get for the next 5 weeks to be able to get gas, electric, and feed 2 children.
So, can I just get this clear? You're not getting any money except for £30 a week?
Any money at all.
For 5 weeks?
For 5 weeks. But they told me I can get an advanced payment, and that were for £1,185, but I've got to pay that back over a certain time. But because I haven't received the universal credit yet, the job centre can't even tell me how much I will be getting paid until I actually receive a payment.
So you could be only getting £100 a month, for example.
Yeah, I don't even know. Could be getting £50 a month.
And you'd have to pay £100 back.
Yeah, I have to pay £98 back for the next 12 months if I take that advance payment.
So they've not told you of any places you can go to get advice or find out what you're getting, or?
No, they don't know themselves.
They don't know. Oh.
No, they don't even know. They've got to wait until I don't get paid. I got took off of it last week sometime. I can't remember what date it was, and I don't get a payment until the 27th of February, which even still now is quite a long time away. You know,
Yeah.
We're not even in February yet.
No, true. Yeah.
So it's put you in an awkward position, I'd imagine. Here's another question I had for you. How's it affecting your mental health now, since you've been removed from that benefit and waiting for this universal credit to kick in?
I just feel really, really low. Like, I just don't even want to go nowhere or out. And I've still got to go to job centre for appointments and stuff, but I've got no money to get there.
And is it affecting your children? Do they see anything, or hear? You know, do you feel it's affecting them in any way?
They know that I don't have no money. Like, when they ask for stuff, I keep telling them Mummy's money's being stopped, so they understand that. But they're quite young. They're only 4 and 5.
Yeah,
so
that's very young.
they don't really
understand.
They don't understand.
No, it must be difficult.
There's a few programmes going around at the moment where they're offering food banks.
Yeah.
Have they recommended this to you?
No, they've not recommended anything. They've just told me that I have to attend these appointments at the job centre, and if I don't, it'll affect my benefits.
Well, we can put you in touch with some food banks in our local area.
Yeah.
And we'll leave a link to them on the website where you can find your local food distribution centres. But how are you planning to go on over the next 5 weeks? Because it is a long time.
I just don't even know, to be honest. Luckily, I got a winter warm discount on my electric, so I got £140 on my electric just before I got kicked off, so that's helped out a lot. Because it's so cold, I'm putting £10 on my gas every 2 days, so I don't really know how I'm gonna.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's really hard. It's quite stupid, really, that they're doing this to people, because when you get universal credit, they put your housing benefits into your bank account.
So they're actually putting your, for example, I don't know if it's a council house, but as example, as a council house, you would have to pay the council out of that money that you're getting as universal credit.
Yeah, and because I don't even know how much I'm getting, but my housing benefit and my water bill comes to £392, and that has to come out of the money that I get a month.
So if you was no good for handling money, for example, you could just not
just
give that to the housing people and not get anything.
Get yourself in more debt.
I also have had to apply. Like, now my housing benefits has been stopped. So at the
It's
same
been stopped
time,
as well as your normal so you could effectively be kicked out.
Yeah. Everything's been stopped. The only money that I get is £34 a week, which is child benefits, and I don't know how they expect me to feed, clothe and keep my children warm with £34 a week.
That's going to be a hard 5 weeks.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's rather shocked me, that. But yeah, so I don't know, I'm lost now. It's taking me back, that.
So what about council tax and things like that? Will that still be effective?
Council tax, I've still got to pay it, but luckily I've only got, so that'll be getting paid out with the £34 because I have £20 left to pay, and then I don't have to pay that again until April of a new tax year or something. So you have like a a gap,
tax years,
don't you?
yeah.
So
April to April.
even though I'm on benefits, I actually do pay council tax.
Right. So
It's not a lot, but
have you got in touch with people like the water board and things and explained to them how this has got? I'd imagine it's quite embarrassing having to explain to people why this
yeah,
is.
I've phoned them and I've had to set up a direct debit for the 28th of every month.
And have you told them that it won't be out, obviously, this month? And
Yeah,
When were your first payment? The 29th?
27th of February.
Right, so
Oh,
luckily
sorry.
it'll be all set by the next time it's taken out.
Yeah,
Well, that's good of them, really, to sort of put it back in, because they are a business after all.
yeah.
aren't they,
I
So
did ask them
It's
if
the government's fault, not their fault.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you're not
I
getting
have
that.
asked them if they could take it straight out without me even seeing it, and they said they can only do that if you're in rent arrears, and because I'm not in rent arrears as
But
of yet,
obviously you will be. will you?
yeah, then they can't just take it straight out of my benefits, which is the job centre told me that if I phoned the housing, they would be able to set that up and put that in place for me. And then they've told me, when I phoned them themselves, they told me that they can't do that.
How are you usually when managing money and things like that?
I'm alright normally because I have like a good week and a bad week because I normally get paid every 2 weeks, which I have applied for them to pay me every 2 weeks rather than monthly, but they only do that if you're struggling.
Right.
I think the whole point of them paying you monthly is because if you have a job, you only get paid once a month.
Well, it's less paperwork as well, isn't it? They're
Well,
cutting
yeah.
down the paperwork. But no, it's not just that. The point is that you've not got the money at the moment, so you'd be putting yourself in debt when you get
Yeah.
paid. So you have to pay that amount back, haven't you?
Personally, it feels like they're setting you up
To
fail
fail.
debt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to fail. Yeah,
Yeah.
setting up to fail.
So
Especially
obviously,
someone like, I don't myself, but if someone had a drug addiction or something like that, if they went to job centre and they said, look, you're not getting paid for 5 weeks, but you can have an advance payment today of £1,185.
You think, oh,
It's
they'd
like-
Scream at that,
they've
wouldn't they?
won the bingo, aren't they?
Yeah, they'd take that. I do
Yeah.
know a heroin addict who got the advance payment and then a week later they got another 500, so I don't know how much she's going to be debted up, but it's just setting people like that.
up to fall. Yeah.
Well, they're going to kill them, aren't they,
Yeah,
really?
well.
£1,100 worth of heroin.
Yeah, I don't know how much heroin costs, but
Well,
should
I don't
imagine
know
it'd be-
how much you get or out like
Yeah,
that, but I'm
I
sure.
should imagine £1,000 worth would
Yeah.
probably kill you. Yeah.
It's a bit shocking actually to me to hear all this,
Yeah,
and I imagine a lot of people out there will be shocked to hear this.
yeah,
So I have got a few websites that may help you with mental health.
yeah,
If you're feeling you're not getting the support, but I would advise to go see the doctor and tell him how you're feeling,
yeah,
and hopefully he will be able to put you on to some right people that will be able to give you.
yeah.
There's a IAPT website. Have you heard of them?
I haven't, no.
It's just IAPT, and there's also another one called Mindwell that can help you with your mental issues
Yeah,
going
the
forward.
mental
Yeah,
helps.
like support
Yeah,
system.
supports. They have charity shops and all sorts, don't they? They're a good charity.
They make you fill in a questionnaire online,
Yeah.
and they can help you with a variety of different options.
Yeah.
If you need to speak to someone, they can help you get through to the right people that can
Yeah.
be support. Because this is going to be a very rough 5 weeks for you.
It is, yeah. It's only just started. It feels like it's been forever already.
How are you doing financially at the moment, and food wise and things
I'm
like that?
alright for food and electric and gas, but apart from that,
So, how many days food have you got in? Say, for example,
How many meals?
how many meals? How many?
like I'll have meals until end of week, and then with the £34, I will have to spend that on shopping.
So you've got a few days.
Yeah, yeah.
Meals in.
Because that's normally how I
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it. Do you know because I get paid? Used to get paid like every week.
Yeah.
So that's how I'd work my money out. I'd go get food shopping, bit of gas, bit of electric, and then whatever I had left over, I'd save in my bank just for days that maybe I might need milk or my gas might go.
Are you on an electric token and gas meter? You know.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's going to be even harder, isn't it? £35 and you've got to balance your food for a family of 3.
Yeah.
And your gas and electric.
Yeah. And it's an hard time because it's so cold. I've got to have my heating on all the time, constantly, because otherwise we'll get polar.
Yeah.